Hi, I'm Jade Forder from Creative Abyss, and I'm so honoured to be a contributing author to the Business Sisterhood. When I was first invited to join this book, I honestly had a moment of disbelief. Not because I didn't think my story mattered, but because I had spent so many years building a business from a place of pure necessity and from the belief that other people had in me long before I had it in myself. My story doesn't start with a neat business plan or a big vision board moment. It starts in childhood, surrounded by creativity without even realizing it. My family were makers, my dad with woodwork, my grandma with stitching and china painting. It was all around me, and I never labeled it art or entrepreneurship. It was just simply connection. It was people I loved showing me that creating was something worth valuing. And yet at school, I felt like I didn't fit in. I was the grunge kid with too many rings and the wrong clothes at a school that didn't see art as a real subject. That feeling of not belonging shaped so much more than I realized. I didn't think a creative life was available to someone like me. Fast forward many years through early motherhood, through a marriage breakdown, then repartnering, through losing myself and then rediscovering myself, creativity became my lifeline. It became the way I processed, healed, and eventually found the strength to build something new. I didn't start my business because I had spare time or money. I started it because I had to. I had kids to support, $0 coming in, and I had this flicker, just a spark that maybe, just maybe, I could help people through art the same way art helped me. But here's the thing, that spark wasn't lit by me alone, it was lit by people around me. Parents from the homeschool group who said, "Can you teach my kids too?" Women who came to class and said, "You made me feel normal again." Kids who walked into my house anxious and unsure and walked out confident and free. Friends who said, "Jade, you're really good at this." People who believed in me on days when I couldn't even see it myself. Creative Abyss exists because other people reflected something back to me that I had forgotten, that creativity is a superpower and that it was one I could share. What started as a single class grew into after school programs, adult workshops, family classes, and eventually an entire community. My business was built the same way art is created, layer by layer. Some layers are messy, beautiful, painful, some surprising, and many of those layers were created during the hardest seasons of my life. Perimenopause, depression, the chaos of COVID, learning to pivot overnight, teaching on Zoom, reinventing my business as a mum, but every stage forced me to evolve. Every struggle taught me empathy. Every setback clarified my why. And that why is part of being in the Business Sisterhood. It means so much to me. This chapter, my story, isn't just a story about building a business. It's a story about resilience, creativity, community, and refusing to accept the narrative that I don't fit in. This book represents something huge for me. It's not just a milestone, it's a part of my legacy, something permanent that reflects the journey I've taken and the people I've been able to help along the way. If someone picks this up years from now and reads my chapter, I hope they feel two things. You don't need permission to be creative or to build something meaningful, and you're allowed to start from scratch and you're allowed to succeed. Creative Abyss was built from scrap materials, literally and metaphorically. It was built from community, from necessity, from possibility, from holding space for people who feel like they didn't belong, because that's who I used to be. And it was built with so much love. So, to the women in this book, to the team at Women with Altitude, to my art family, and everyone who has ever believed in me, thank you. This chapter is as much for you as it is for me. And to anyone watching who feels that spark, that flicker, you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take that small step, that brave step. I can't wait to share the Business Sisterhood with you when it launches in January.